Welcome to the Manufactured Home Show. My name is Mike, your humble host. It's Monday, April 11th, 2011. Imagine that, 4/11/11. Lots to get to today, so welcome. Our proud sponsor, ManufacturedHomeMart.com, at your service every day, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The premier online store for manufactured housing. Once again, ManufacturedHomeMart.com, people. Go there for everything manufactured homes. Now we got to get right to it because there's so much to get to. It was a sort of an eventful / uneventful weekend, if that's possible. But let me explain. The first thing is that today is the third month mark of the mobile home / manufactured home show. Let me give myself a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you. 3 months we've been doing the webcast. We started on 1/11/11. So 3 months of webcasting, and wow, I'm still here. Whether or not that's a good thing, it's yet to be determined. So good morning to everybody. Or if you're watching the recorded show, whatever time of day it is, good day to you. Now, started a little bit late, but not too late. It's 9:07. The phone line's open. If you happen to catch the live show here, go ahead and feel free to call in at any time if you want to talk. Now, let's start with the other mark date, which is the 1 month marker of the tsunami and earthquake in Japan. Which these poor people wake up today, 1 month later, and they get hit by another earthquake. I don't know what's going on with Japan. I feel so badly for these people. They expanded the evacuation zone. That was the other thing. Well, it's about time, you know. Here's the thing. If you're in Japan, leave. Like I don't know. We should establish some other part of the globe, like Australia, or like just take everybody that's in Japan and move them over there, because it cannot be good and safe over there. There's an earthquake like every 10 seconds. We got nuclear waste and toxic radiation everywhere. I feel so badly for these people, and I'm praying and praying and praying, and I hope everybody around the world will do so as well. I don't know, man. It's we're praying for God to give them a break. But then, of course, the United States, we get nailed yesterday. I was reading on MSNBC. They had a bunch of twisters here, so. Not to break the ice by talking about the weather, but that was one of the things I was going to talk about today as well. If you get a chance, look on the front of MSNBC.com, article about the twisters, some big tornadoes throughout the Midwest, some big storms over there. So I hope everybody's okay. Palm Harbor home certainly stood fast, did they not? Okay. I'm sure they did. But anyway, I wanted to say as well, back to the tsunami and earthquake, we were broadcasting here. We were webcasting live when the tsunami was happening. And I'm proud that we stayed on the air and provided the footage. We were under duress here in Phoenix. Okay, listen. Before we get too far ahead, the one thing that happened over the weekend that really struck in my mind was my wife showing me the television commercial, or actually it was something where she could, it was a video on the computer, and she goes, watch this. Boom, pauses it right on this guy's abs. You know what I'm saying? Like his abs were, I can't see myself, hold on. Well, there's my, oh. So anyway, she pauses it right on this dude's got like the greatest abs you've ever seen, and she's like, "Oh, look at this, honey, check it out." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm thinking back, you know, I used to have abs, and then now I've gone from abs to flabs. It's horrifying what happens to the human body. Right now, I'm 41 and a half, and I used to have abs when I was 18 or 20 or 20 something. Gone more to flabs these days, but you know, it's all diet and exercise. And I do the exercise. The diet is my downfall. Hmm. I ate 2 glazed donuts for breakfast. There you go. That's how you get these abs. Oh, hey. Anyway, listen. We got him. Let's move on again. What else was I going to talk about here? Oh, okay. Oh, God, I'm all over the place. Hang on. Let's go with the daily word, shall we? Because I thought today was particularly inspiring. So listen up to today. This is great, and I'm not going to comment on it. I'm gonna let it speak for itself because it's great. Today and every day, I am unbound and unlimited. I am free, and I choose the responsibility that comes with spiritual freedom. Free to say what I want. I speak words that uplift and support my growth and the well-being of others. Free to think as I please. I hold thoughts of love for myself and everyone. If a situation arises where my freedom seems limited, I look more deeply. Nothing and no one can hold me in bondage. I am only limited by limited thinking. A consciousness of freedom delivers me from all self-imposed restrictions. Today and every day I am unbound and unlimited because no condition or situation can limit the freedom of my soul. Responsive to life and responsible for my choices, I am the spirit of freedom in expression. I love it. Here's the Bible verse. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. 2 Corinthians 3:17. Nice. Thank you. I was reading in the daily where I actually got ahead of myself over the weekend. I read the wrong dates, but that was particularly uplifting. And so praise be to God. Thank you, God, because He definitely lights the right paths. And I hope anybody out there who is not a believer, I'm sorry for you. But I am, and so I do inject a little bit of that into the show. I inject a lot of different things into the show. So in case you haven't noticed, it's not all manufactured homes. It's not all inspirational or spiritual. It's not all political. We're doing a lot of different things, and hopefully as the show goes on, we'll have more time to discuss things in more depth as well. But for now, enjoy the ramblings of my madness. That is good coffee. So AIDS, okay, the next one I wanted to hit was going along with those lines. That actually is a good segue into this next one. Because there's these folks out in Peoria, Arizona. Now I'm going local. These guys, I read this morning really quickly, and I wanted to share because I think it's great. And this is from my local news, azcentral.com. Basically, these people, they bought an old nightclub. It's not really old. It's a pretty new building, but it's in Peoria, Arizona. And they decided to launch a new business. They leased the spot. This was like a bar and club, mind you. And they turned it in. Now they're turning it into a church/restaurant, which when I first saw that, I'm like, that is the dumbest thing ever. But then I read the article. I have to pay these guys a visit. I think it's cool. So here's a couple of things that I took from this article that I thought were particularly good for everybody in business. So one of these guys is talking in the article. And he says, to reach people nobody is reaching, we have to be willing to do things that nobody else is doing. That's the name of the game. That's very good. And then he goes on, he says, food and faith make a great combination. Which this is the guy that makes that everybody knows that. So you know what? I wish these guys a lot of good luck. They're in an area that's very, very, very busy. There's tons of folks over there. But there's a lot of competition too, so we'll have to see how they fare with this. But now basically, so church is on Sunday, and then I guess it's a restaurant the rest of the time. So let me give these guys a plug. It's going to be called Salt and Light Community Church. It's where the old McDuffie's was, over there off of 83rd Avenue North of Bell. Okay, now let's go on. I'll tell you what I was doing. What else? Besides watching guy's abs on video. Pause. We're holding open house. So those of you who know me, open house is like one of my least favorite things. I do believe it's good, but you know, I don't always take my computer, so I go into these fits of boredom because I cannot sit still. So I did have the newspaper with me, and it was a very slow news day for the Arizona Republic. But let me share a couple of quick things that I thought were funny. First of all, here's the headline. Budget battle boost Boehner standing. Oh, Boehner, I'm sorry. And let's see, here's the other one that I thought was interesting. They had an article where they're talking about Jan Brewer, governor of Arizona, how she is the third most popular on Facebook among active politicians. I don't know how this is possible, but it's amazing. Jan Brewer, our governor. Yeah, I know. So who's first, do you ask? Well, I'll tell you. Number one, far and away, is President Barack Obama. He has more than 19 million likes or whatever, followers, whatever you want to call it, on Facebook. 19 million. So way, way in the distant second is also from Arizona. John McCain, he has 775,000. So that's number two. And then by some God's miracle, Jan Brewer. Oh. Well, this may, you know what, I'm turning over a new leaf on the show. And so people that I disagree with, I'm just going to pray for them. God, please put some brain cells back into Jan Brewer's head. This I pray. Thank you. Amen. And how she has 400,000 followers. Actually, there's a lot of frightening things that happen in the world. And we must get beyond them. Every day we live through a miraculous maze of cheating death. Every day that we make it is a miracle. All right. Anyway, so that's what I was doing over the weekend. That was mobile home or manufactured home related. We can get to that. I sat open house trying to sell the homes, and that's what I do. And it's not my favorite thing, but I think that I'm going to take my wife up on her offer. I'm going to take the MacBook Pro, and that is going to allow me to be much more productive because the idle time, reading the paper is not good enough. Can't sit with a book. I feel like I need to get work done. I need to get work done. Anyway, it was very slow weekend. It happens. Last time was very, very, very good. This time was very, very bad. Not a lot of success with that, but you know, there's a lot of things. That's why I say, and I mentioned this before, there's no real magic or silver bullet to a good open house, because you could do a lot of things in promotion and still not get the people. So, but I'm not saying don't promote it, because that's the key to the success of having open house, is to have some kind of promotion for it. But anyway, you always have the ups and downs with that, and every day is an open house in my view. If you're in the manufactured home business and selling them, that's exactly what you got to do. Make your products available for people to see, you know, all the time. That's what we do. Now, that is what we do at manufacturedhomemart.com, because even if you are not available, even if you're sleeping at night, your advertising dollars, the smidget that it costs to advertise on the site, will get you exposure like you can't believe. So make sure you go to manufacturedhomemart.com, our proud sponsor of the webcast, the one and only manufacturedhomemart.com, everybody. Woohoo! You know, I think that probably is going to do it. I'm good for today. There's a lot of business to be done. We're already at 15 minutes. Thank you. Appreciate your time. Thanks a lot for stopping by today to the Manufactured Home Show. We'll be back tomorrow with more fun and frolic and adventure. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody.